There's a reason NASA stopped exploring the moon. Today I found out the horrifying reason why. Whenever I would ask my grandfather about the moon, he would change the subject and say, "Never ask me about that again." As a kid, I never understood why he would get so upset. My grandfather had been a quiet, stoic man, the kind who would sit on the porch for hours, staring into the sky as if searching for something he couldn't find. He never talked about his time at NASA, and whenever I'd press him, his face would harden, and he'd mutter something about leaving the past in the past. But I was a curious kid. I loved space, and the idea that my own grandfather had worked for NASA during the golden age of space exploration was something I couldn't let go of. He had been part of the Apollo program, that much I knew. Yet there were no pictures of him with the astronauts, no memorabilia or stories that most retired NASA employees would be proud to show off. It wasn't until after he passed away last year that I began to uncover the truth. My parents asked me to help clean out his house, which had been left untouched since he passed. It was a gloomy, rainy day when I found myself in the attic, surrounded by old boxes and forgotten relics. The musty smell of old cardboard and dust filled the air as I sifted through his belongings. Most of it was what you'd expect, old newspapers, tools, and clothes. But then I found something odd. Tucked away in the corner of the attic, hidden behind a stack of boxes, was an old wooden chest. It looked like it hadn't been opened in decades. My heart raced as I pried it open, revealing a collection of yellowed papers, photographs, and a leather-bound notebook. The first thing I pulled out was a photograph, black and white, dated sometime in the early 70s. It showed a group of men standing in front of a rocket, all of them wearing NASA uniforms. And there, in the middle of the group, was my grandfather, looking much younger, but with the same distant expression I remembered. I dug deeper, and that's when I found the letter. It was folded and stuffed between the pages of the notebook, written in shaky handwriting that I immediately recognized as my grandfather's. As I unfolded it, a sense of dread washed over me. It wasn't a letter to anyone in particular. It was a goodbye letter. "To whoever finds this," it began, "I don't expect to be forgiven. I don't even expect to be remembered. But someone needs to know the truth. We were never meant to return to the moon, and now I understand why. They were trying to warn us, but we didn't listen, and now, there's no way to stop it." I stared at the letter, confused. What did he mean by they? Was he talking about aliens? It sounded crazy, like the ramblings of a paranoid mind. But the more I read, the more I realized this wasn't some delusion. My grandfather had seen something on the moon. The letter went on to describe a project that had never been made public, a secret mission that took place after Apollo 17. According to the letter, NASA had planned one final mission to the moon in 1973. My grandfather had been part of the team, though it wasn't clear what his role was. What was clear, though, was that the mission didn't go as planned. "We found structures," he wrote. "They weren't natural. They were old. Older than humanity, maybe older than Earth itself. They looked abandoned, but we were wrong. So very wrong." I could feel my hands trembling as I read those words. Structures on the moon? The idea sounded absurd, yet the fear in my grandfather's writing was palpable. The letter went on to describe how the crew had landed near one of these structures, a series of towering, jagged formations that looked like spires made of some material they couldn't identify. The further they explored, the more they realized that something was alive in those ruins. "At first it was just whispers," he wrote. "We thought it was the wind, or the sound of the lunar dust settling beneath our boots. But then we started hearing voices we recognized. My commander said he heard his wife calling his name. Another crew member swore he heard his mother's voice. But none of it made sense. There was no atmosphere to carry sound. The moon is silent." The last part of the letter was frantic, the handwriting almost illegible. "The others didn't make it. I was the last one. I don't know how I escaped. I don't think I was supposed to. The things inside those structures, they weren't alive in the way we understand life, but they were conscious. They were waiting for us. They let me go so I could be a warning. But no one listened. They won't stop, and now, it's too late." The letter ended there, with no explanation of what he meant by too late. I sat there, staring at the paper in my hands, trying to process what I had just read.